Hello everybody. This lecture is the first part of the subjects related to approach to health through human life. The objectives of this lecture is to clarify family medicine approach in improving and sustaining well-being throughout human life. Second, to describe preventive care services applied to health maintenance of infants and children. And the third, describe preventive care services applied to health maintenance of adolescents. First, we will start with the definition of health according to WHO, which is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of a disease or an infirmity. And this here definition is put by WHO in 1948 and is still applied till today. Family medicine approach is to improve and sustain the health of a different population, with a special attention to specific situations and conditions in each period of life. What are the stages of life? In general, life is divided into 5 main stages. Infancy, which is less than 1 year, childhood between 1 and 9 years, adolescence between 10 and 19 years, adulthood between 20 and 64 years, and old age, which is 65 and more years. And this figure shows the stage of life. Healthcare maintenance visits. Primary healthcare physicians see individuals who present for periodic healthcare maintenance visits, sometimes referred to be as a checkup visit. This is an integral component of care and the management of individuals, and one of the most important aspects of a responsible healthcare by family physicians. What are the main purposes of health maintenance visits? First, to identify risk factors for common chronic disease. This is called to apply primordial prevention. Second, to avoid the occurrence of a disease, and this represents primary prevention. Third, to detect a disease that has no apparent symptoms, and this prevents secondary prevention. Also, to counsel people to promote healthy behavior. Update the clinical data since last checkup. And finally, enhance a relationship between a person and their family doctor. Here we will enumerate the means and the methods that can be used for healthcare maintenance. First, a risk assessment, and here we take a history and perform an examination for a person or an individual. Second, screening test. Third, by introducing immunization and vaccine. Fourth, by giving preventive medication and the chemoprophylaxis. And finally by counseling and education. First, we will start with the health care maintenance for infants and children. Health maintenance visits provide the physicians with an excellent opportunity to practice the principles of preventive medicine and establish an ongoing relationship with the child and his or her family. At each visit, the child should be evaluated for early disease process, development, and behavioral problems. This section covers children from birth to 10 years age. Here we will start with the risk assessment. By risk assessment and history, in the initial visit we will concentrate on birth history, family history, living environment, allergies, medications, and a complete medical history. In the subsequent visit, we will take history should be reviewed and updated. In the physical examination, we will perform complete examination with special attention to aspects appropriate for child age. And we will also concentrate on developmental assessment by evaluating communication, growth and fine motor development, problem solving, and personal social skills. In the screening in this age groups, there is what is called a newborn screening, and in Iraq it includes screening for phenylketonuria, erythrocytemia, and congenital hypothyroidism. Also, we should measure the growth or evaluate the growth of the child by measuring the length, the weight, and the head circumference. This should be performed at the birth, at 2 to 4 weeks, and at 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 24 months. Also, we should measure the body mass index percentile annually starting from second years of age. Also, we should assess the hearing for the newborn and periodically assess the vision for red reflexes and asymmetrical corneal light reflex, and the anemia by measuring the hemoglobin or the hematocrit at 9 to 12 months or 6 months for at-risk children. This is photo show the red reflexes which may indicate the presence of cancer of the eye. And this picture shows the asymmetrical light reflex, which may indicate a sequence. Immunization. Here we have the expanded program of immunization, which is discussed in other lectures. In summary, it involves 12 diseases, 6 bacterial, which are TB, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, herpes, and pneumococcus, and 6 viral diseases. These are polio, hepatitis B, rotel, measles, mumps, and rubella. What about the chemoprophylaxis? Vitamin A is given in at 2 doses, routine doses at 9 and 18 months in Iraq. And this is part of the prophylactic program in Iraq. Fluoride also is given in inadequately fluorinated drinking water area. Iron could be given to infants between 6 and 12 months at a risk for children at risk of iron deficiency anemia. And vitamin A is advised by the American Academy of Pediatrics to be given a dose of 400 international units per day from the first day of life. The counseling or education included in these age groups. Clinicians should be familiar with the common parental questions, advice about the child development, child behavior, dental care, and the nutrition should be given. And the safety issue, example, the use of an infant and the child car seat, bicycle helmets, water safety, poisoning prevention, and child proving in home. For the periodic health, the last part of the lecture is about the periodic health maintenance services for adolescents. Adolescence, which is the period of life between 11 and 19 years, is the period of life when an individual is no longer a child but not yet an adult. It is a complex time characterized by numerous physical and psychological changes. The adolescent checkup visit is one of the best opportunities to implement preventive medicines, as most adolescents are healthy. The choice made during adolescence will result in consequences that may persist into adulthood, and the periodic visits in this period should be conducted yearly. For risk assessment, here we should concentrate on the confidentiality. Interview parents first to cover their concern and ask them later to leave the room. Then discuss the issue of confidentiality with the adolescent, so he or she is assured that what he or she say will remain confidential. In the history, standard medical history to identify risks like high blood pressure, obesity, or asthma. Then we will perform assessment of a comprehensive psychological history, and here we can use the HEEADSSS assessment. This tool, the HEEADSSS assessment, concentrates on aspects of psychosocial development, and it includes assessment of a home, which includes family, living arrangement, and a relationship, education or employment for academic or vocational success, eating for concern about your weight or body image or disordered eating attitude and behaviors, activities, recreational activities, dating and relationships, drugs, use of tobacco, alcohol, illicit drugs, anabolic steroids, and driving while intoxicated. As for sexuality and sexual orientation, activity and sexual abuse. The second sex for suicide or mental health, including mood, depression, and possible psychiatric symptoms. The third S is for safety. This is include the risk of unintentional injury or violence, fighting or weapon carrying. And as you can see in this figure, there is another S, which is the fourth S for social media use. This includes asking about which social media platform do you see, do you feel that you have been bullied online, and do you give out personal details on social media. Risk assessment also included physical examination to ensure adolescents' privacy. First we should ensure adolescent privacy, and then we perform a comprehensive examination that include standard physical examination, measuring for the weight, the height, and the body mass index, determine sexual maturity rating, and attention paid to signs of abuse or self-inflicted trauma. For screening, here we should perform screening for the hearing, ask about the difficulty in understanding and hearing in a variety of environment, and perform vision tests, one in early adolescents between the age of 11 and 14 years, and once in the middle adolescent between the age of 15 and 17 years, and once in the late adolescents between the age of 18 to 21 years. For anemia, we will ask about eating habits as well as the menstruation pattern to assess those at risk. Also in screening, we should perform measuring for hypertension at least one time in adolescence, and this could help us to identify primary versus secondary hypertension, identify those who need antihypertensive treatment, and identify risk factors in those having pre-hypertension or hypertension. What about the immunization in this period? Here we should perform revision of immunization status at every visit. Anti-tetanus toxoid is given for girls of childbearing age in Iraq. And annual influenza vaccine can be given in all ages also. Here we should take attention that there is no specific prevention medication or supplementation that can be given at this age group as prophylaxis, chemoprophylaxis. For counseling or educational advices, first we should give advice on healthy dietary habits, discussion on healthy weight, obesity, eating disorder. Second, we should advise about participating in regular exercise, at least 60 minutes most days of the week. Third, about the abstinence from tobacco, alcohol, and other illicit substances. 4. About the use of a bicycle and motor helmets and car seat belts. 5. About routine dental care, daily brushing, flossing, and periodic dental visits. And 6. Discussion on bullying and how to deal with it. And 7. Refraining from online behavior with negative consequences. And should always remember the says of the World Health Organization, as the adolescents are the greatest resources for a society to thrive, and investment in adolescents brings a triple benefit: healthy adolescent now, healthy adults in the future, and healthy future generation. And thank you.